type thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, something to help keep the shop clean. Why are you interested?
Well, my dad's birthday is coming up, and he's got horrible allergies that make it hard for him to work in the shop.
Sure.
So basically, we're thinking of putting in one of these.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Sure, I'd love to show it to you. Why would you even want a dust collection system?
I ask myself the same question on a regular basis.
Okay, well, for me, it's I don't have to wear a mask in the shop anymore. Of course, you might look cute in a mask.
I look cute in anything, but then again, the mask would definitely mess up my makeup, so I'm gonna have to say no to that.
All right. So let's put in a dust collection system. Now, dust collection systems have been around. What makes ours special? Our system is totally automatic.
How so?
Okay. If you walk up to a tool, such as this table saw, and turn it on, everything with the dust collection system happens automatically for you in the background. You don't have to think about it whatsoever. And when you turn the saw off, it does what it needs to in the dust collection system to turn itself off.
That's really cool.
What do you think about that?
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes. Well, beyond just having the safety of a clean shop, I mentioned health, and you know, sawdust isn't good for anybody. So having a nice dust collection system, an automatic one that you don't even have to worry about, can keep your shop so much nicer and you so much healthier.
I like that.
Yeah, something even you and your mom could put together and surprise him maybe?
I also like that.
Good.
So, how'd you come up with it?
Well, it's kind of a fun story. I have a buddy who's a cinematographer in Hollywood. And he took some colored plastic and put it on the clapperboard. And then at the start of every scene, he has some information that he can make the scenes look really great later on in the editing room. All his buddies in Hollywood pretty soon wanted these things. So Peter's out in his shop at night cutting out these colored plastic things and putting them on the clapperboards and selling them to his buddies. Now, he came in one night, and his wife looked at him and saw the colored boogers hanging out of his nose and says, "Oh, you got to do something about this."
So that's where Uncle Booger came from.
That's where Uncle Booger came from.
I've been wondering that for so long.
So he invented this automatic system. And it's a great improvement on more classic dust collection systems. And he and I have designed and put together this system for small shops.
So my dad has a whole bunch of different tools. So can this thing connect to just one, or can it go to multiple?
Oh, we can handle one, or we can handle lots of tools. But the way we do that is connect them all together with a daisy chain.
I love flower crowns!
Oh, a flower crown for the man cave. Excellent, I love it. We have a basic package that comes with 3 gates, 3 sensors, the system controller, and all the cables that you need. But you can expand it to as many gates and tools as your dad has. Maybe like 20 gates? Would you like to see it?
I would love to see it.
All right.
So, you think we can put this together?
I know we can. Let's do it. But first, let's have a safety check. Let's make sure that that blade in the table saw is all the way down. And most importantly, let's make sure that we completely unpower the system controller. Let's make sure that it's unplugged. So I'm going to get the plug and make sure that it is, okay?
All right.
So first, we'll connect the power cable to the line connector in the system controller. So we're going to take the cord that went to your dad's dust collector and we're going to cut it. And after we're done cutting it, we're going to prepare the ends so they look like this, so we can put them into the system controller. So to get started, first we'll connect the power in cord. Insert it through the grommet. Then we'll connect the 3 wires. The green, the white, and now the black. And now we'll tighten down the connections. Make sure that they are good and secure. And we're done wiring the power in cable. Now that we have the power in cable all connected up, let's connect the cable that goes from the system controller to your dad's collector. So here we go with the system controller. We're going to slide the cable in through the cable clamp.
All right.
Just like this. Then on the inside, we're going to connect the wires into the power terminal block. So I'll slide in the black wire, and then we'll put in the white wire, and then the green wire. And all we have to do is tighten them up.
All right.
And I will do one of them. Nice and snug. And that's snugged up. Why don't you do the last two?
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
So, Kat, the last thing we have to do is select the right voltage, depending upon if your dad's collector is 115 volts or 230 volts.
He seems like a 230 kind of guy.
Okay, so what we'll do is change that switch from 115 to 230.
Just like this?
Mm-hmm. Let's start by connecting the sensor to the gate. And we're going to use this cable, and you do it.
Okay. If you insist.
I'll hold the gate for you.
Thank you.
Perfect. And that clicks into the sensor connection. That's half of it. Now the second half, we need to connect the gate to the system controller. And for that, we'll use this cable.
All right.
You notice that cable is pretty long.
Very.
But that's so we can have a whole bunch of gates in series, and 25 foot of the cable goes from gate to gate. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So let's start by plugging it into either one, I don't care.
All right.
You're going to do the system controller, any one of those 4 jacks, and now let's plug the other end of that into the gate.
Right here?
Now, next thing we have to do is put the sensor on the tool. So we'll use the table saw.
All right.
And just let you connect that onto the power cord.
This thing?
That's correct. The power cord of the tool. Click, click, and you are done. Now, let's turn on the tool. Let's see what happens with the gate. Would you like to hit the blue button?
I would love to hit the blue button.
Okay.
3, 2.
Gate just open. There's the collector.
This is so cool.
Isn't that neat? All right. Let's turn off the tool.
All right. Same button.
Red button.
Red button.
Perfect. Now the system will stay on for a little bit to collect all the extra stuff that might be in the ducting. Then it'll close the gate and turn off the collector.
All right.
So all your dad had to do is walk up and turn on his tool, do his job, and turn the tool off. All the dust collection was done automatically for him. Now, but he's probably got more than one tool, doesn't he?
Definitely.
So what we're going to do is take a second gate, and we're going to connect that into the system. And let's see how we do that. Let's take another cord, same 25-foot cord. We'll plug it into the other jack on that gate.
This one?
That's the one. And we're going to call this daisy chaining.
All right.
And we'll take the other end and plug it into the new gate.
Oh, now I get why it's
And now we can go daisy chain to daisy chain to daisy chain, gate to gate to gate. You can have as many as you want.
nice.
Let's make this gate work with a manual switch. Because sometimes you have a tool, such as an automated miter box, that you don't want to have a sensor on. Why? Well, because a miter box, you're turning it on and off and on and off and on and off. And you wouldn't want to be cycling the big collector on and off and on and off. So we'll use at our discretion a manual switch so we can turn it on, and when we get done doing all our on and off with the saw, then we'll turn the collector off. So why don't you connect that? Let's get another sensor cord.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where I was supposed to put it.
Just like the new telephone answering machine. So on this gate, we'll plug that one into the sensor jack instead of a sensor, and then we'll put the little manual switch on it. Now, we don't have a tool connected up to this, so let's just watch the gate happen. We can see what will result by watching the little red light here. Let's go ahead and turn the manual switch on and see what happens.
All right.
The gate opens up, the collector turns on. Let's shut it off.
All right.
We're all done chopping. Power.
Power.
Now we're going to wait those few seconds to make sure we get all the debris out of the line, and the collector will shut off. And we have just completed the installation of the system. Awesome!
Yes!